everyone. Happy Monday, December 21st, first day of Christmas week, and it's also the winter solstice, the day with the least amount of daylight for the entire year at 9 hours and 13 minutes. And I'm Jen O'Toole, the Unicorn Leader Coach. So on May 15th of this year, I had an epiphany. I decided that day, as I stopped short walking through my living room, that I was not going to get a job. I was going to end my search for another corporate job. And at that exact moment, it was both an unexpected declaration that also came with unquestionable certainty. The actual definition of epiphany is a moment of sudden revelation or insight. So for sure, when I looked at this, it fits. But what I wondered is this: do most epiphanies just manifest out of nowhere? I guess I would argue that most do not. Instead, the insight, the understanding, the acceptance that we have builds gradually over time. When I looked back and I started tracing the epiphany back to its origin, or what I thought the origin was, I found 22 distinct events, conversations, choices, decisions that created the perfect environment for its manifestation in that moment. And I'm calling those things micro shifts. And it started with a situation in March of 2019 related to my job, one that exposed a level of dissatisfaction that, in my state of being content, I had not been acknowledging. This unwelcome disruption caused me to pivot away from my default path that I was on just a little bit, opening up the door to the 21 steps or micro shifts that followed, leading me to May 15th of 2020. And at that time, back in March of 2019, I was definitely not in a state of readiness for a big change. And in finding myself content, I would not say I was satisfied, yet there was a certain degree of autopilot that made the path smooth enough to tolerate the direction it was moving. In fact, I was irritated that my feelings about the situation were so strong that I was compelled to do something. And that something ended up being simply updating my resume that had been stagnant for 6 or 7 years. And, I found that experience unpleasant. Nobody likes updating their resume. And it did take me a while, probably over the course of a month. And even though I did nothing with it at the time, taking that action allowed me to keep moving forward. Though now, with that small micro shift, my trajectory moved a few degrees to the right. If you're frustrated that your big light bulb moment has not come yet, I want you to understand that simply knowing that something isn't right or that there's a different future out there means you've already made at least the first micro shift on the path to an eventual epiphany. What lies ahead of you in your career or anywhere else in your life for that matter be shaped by your awareness of the opportunities that you have to micro shift your way down a brand new custom path meant just for you, instead of staying comfortable on the smooth road that doesn't care much about what you want. The other thing about epiphanies, if that word is a little abstract and you don't know if you've ever had one or if you ever will, just think about it as a moment that you've been able to make a big decision about something that was important to you, and knowing in your gut that it was the right decision. If you're a data-driven decision maker, this may be a challenge, but even you can find examples of moments when you allowed your intuition to guide you to that right answer despite the absence of enough solid data points. So warning, shameless promotion incoming. In my online course and group coaching program, The Unicorn Method for Reinventing Your Career and Your Life, we will do a number of exercises to explore the path you've been on so that you can see where and when you've taken action to either change the trajectory of your path and where you've stayed contentedly on career autopilot. Last week, I promised registration information details for the course that's starting January 12th would be coming out today, and they will sometime this evening. I'm working on an offer that would allow you to bring a friend along with you in the course for additional support on your reinvention journey, because a friend is always going to help. Look for a special post later today with that announcement. In the meantime, please leave a comment below if you're interested or have questions I can answer. And as always, I would greatly appreciate you sharing this with others who may be looking for just this kind of thing to start 2021. Please keep in touch, and I will see